There is a quiet kind of suffering that never leaves bruises. It doesn't shout. It whispers. It is the mind replaying conversations that already ended, imagining futures that may never arrive, fearing outcomes that exist only in thought. This is overthinking. And long before modern psychology tried to cure it, Seneca understood it. He lived in a world of political chaos, betrayal, exile, and sudden death. Yet what disturbed him most was not Rome. It was the human tendency to torture itself with imagined fears. Seneca wrote not for philosophers, but for the anxious mind, for those who could not rest, for those trapped in thought. His message was simple but unsettling. We suffer more in imagination than in reality. This is not poetry, it is diagnosis. And today, in a world of constant noise, comparison, and mental overload, Seneca's wisdom feels more urgent than ever. Habit 1. Understanding overthinking, the mind as a wild horse. Seneca believed the mind, when undisciplined, behaves like a wild horse, powerful, fast, and uncontrollable. Overthinking is not intelligence. It is misdirected attention. The mind jumps from past regret to future fear, never resting in the present, and the more it moves, the more it convinces you that movement is necessary. But Seneca warned, a restless mind creates suffering even in safety. Most anxieties never materialize, most fears never happen, yet the body reacts as if danger is real. Stoicism teaches a brutal truth. Your thoughts are not always trustworthy. Until you learn this, the mind rules you. Habit 2. The future is the greatest lie. Seneca noticed something strange about anxiety. It always lives in the future. We fear loss before it arrives, failure before it happens, pain before it exists, but the future is imagination, not reality. Seneca wrote that borrowing suffering from tomorrow is madness. Why exhaust yourself today for events that may never come? Modern psychology confirms this. Overthinking is often catastrophic thinking, assuming the worst without evidence. Stoicism offers a correction. Focus only on what is present and within control. The future is outside your command. Your response is not. Habit 3. Separate reality from interpretation. Events do not disturb us. Our interpretation does. Seneca taught that facts are neutral. The story we attach to them creates pain. A delay becomes disaster. A mistake becomes identity. A thought becomes truth. Stoicism trains the mind to pause and ask, is this real or imagined? Most mental suffering dissolves when examined calmly. The Stoic does not fight thoughts. He questions them. Habit 4. Voluntary discomfort. Training calm. One of Seneca's strangest practices was voluntary discomfort. He would intentionally live simply, wear plain clothes, eat little, not as punishment, but as training. Why? Because fear feeds on comfort. When the mind never faces discomfort, it panics at the slightest disturbance. But when you practice simplicity, fear loses power. Overthinking often comes from fear of loss. Seneca removed that fear by asking, what if this happened? I would still survive. This realization quiets the mind. Habit 5. Time is being wasted in thought. Seneca was obsessed with time, not productivity, but attention. He believed overthinking steals life itself. Every hour lost in worry is an hour never lived. You are not thinking deeply, you are postponing life. Stoicism reminds us, life is happening now, not in thought. Presence is the cure to overthinking. Habit 6. Accept what you cannot control. Much overthinking comes from trying to control the uncontrollable. Other people, outcomes, chance. Seneca taught acceptance, not resignation, but clarity. Control your effort, release the rest. A calm mind accepts uncertainty. Habit 7. Remember death, perspective that silences noise. Seneca often reflected on death, not morbidly but honestly. When you remember life is short, trivial worries lose their grip. Overthinking shrinks when perspective expands. Death teaches urgency and peace. Seneca did not promise happiness. He promised freedom from unnecessary suffering. Overthinking is not destiny. It is habit, and habits can be changed. A calm mind is not empty. It is disciplined. If you can master your thoughts, you reclaim your life. If these ideas slowed your mind, even briefly, let them echo. Because wisdom isn't found in answers. It's born in the silence that follows a good question. At Echo Sophie, we explore that silence, where philosophy, psychology, and the human condition meet. Subscribe, and let's continue the journey, one echo at a time.